Hey, what is up YouTube? Sam the Chip Man here, bringing you another fish and chip shop review. This time we are at Oliver's in Old Basing. Now we've just exited the chip shop because I've got my fish and chips, and yeah, let's go and review this. Like I said guys, I'm going to do this differently because I want to be able to eat my fish and chips on scene. So we're going to find a lay-by, and yes, we will discuss the fish and chips, and when I get home I will summarise the overall score. So I will catch you in a bit. All right, and we are back. So basically I'm going to show you the packaging. I'm going to try the fish, try the chips where I am, and then we are going to head to back to the house, like I said, and we're going to review the fish and chips. So in terms of packaging, sorry about that. In terms of packaging, we have fresh and tasty. Cardboard box design. It's good to store in fish and chips. Let's have a look in here. Oh blimey, look at that. Look at that. I'll tell you, the packaging, right, does not disappoint. Okay, so let me just... So I know I put the fork in here somewhere. I know I did. 1 second, guys. And we're back. I've got my fork. Let's dive right in. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this. Let's try the chips first. Get them out of the way. Now they're steaming hot, and they've got thickness. You can tell the white of the potato. You could definitely tell that they've been cooked. I've just been told, I did ask in there about vegan options and that, and yes, they do like vegan options, but it's mostly vegetarian. Also, they do cook in the same oil, so if that helps anyone. Right, let's look at the fish. Now, in terms of fish, we got nice crispy crust on the batter. It's very dark in colour. I would say there's more batter than there is fish, but it still keeps the fish lovely and fluffy, and it's very soft, which is really great as well. All right, I'm gonna eat the rest of this, then I'm gonna give you the full review of Oliver's in Old Basing. So again, apologies in advance for the dodgy camera angles, but I've got to make do with what I've got. Right, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we are back from Oliver's. Now, I did eat my fish and chips in the car, like I said. So basically, I can't show you the fish and chips, but please go back and see for yourselves. I ordered a small cod chips again because got to keep it consistent as such. They did have a dining experience as well, so it's both restaurant and dine-in. I was going to do a dine-in, but I forgot to ask permission to film, so that's why I was not there recording. But they do like online, I guess, like Just Eat and that, so that's another thing. Cash and card, yeah, is what they do, so you can have both options. They're open at lunch till like 8:30, I believe, and I believe that's a good time personally, but I wish it was open another like 30 minutes or so, but it's not a problem. Now let's get into the ratings. Okay, I want to talk about location and parking. Now it's sort of like along the main road, but in terms of parking, there is parking available at the fish and chip shop, so it is free parking, so feel free to park in there. It's not like a very big car park, it's sort of like a medium-sized car park, which is good enough. If you can't park in the actual fish and chip shop, I think there's free parking down the road that it's on. And I think it's more like a rest stop as well, so it's kind of beneficial in a way. So in terms of location and parking, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, let's talk about the appearance of the shop itself. Like I said, it's a takeaway and a restaurant. So you have the restaurant on one side, and then on the other is the takeaway. Now, I did not go into the restaurant, so I don't know what it's like in that section. But what I can tell you is that they do have a modern like menu kind of thing. In a way, also it's quite clean, and it is bright, so you can see. And the signage looks really, really good. So in terms of that, next time I pass it, I will go into the restaurant side of things. But bearing that in mind, I'm going to give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. Now, in terms of service, there was efficiency, considering it was quite busy at tea time. And I must say it was very helpful answering questions that I gave. When I was ordering the fish and chips, they were ready to go, so that is quite efficient itself. And they did offer salt and vinegar. So in terms of that, I would say the one thing is that they could smile a bit more, but you know what, that's not a problem. They demonstrate good customer service regardless if they smile or not. So I'm going to give customer service a solid 5 out of 5, I reckon, in terms of service. Okay, so in terms of menu, they had quite a variety of choice. They did have different types of fish, so we got plaice, haddock, cod, and I can't remember what the other fish was there, but they also have vegetarian options as well available. They do teas and coffees, they do soft drinks, obviously your classics as well. You got Savoy's burgers, battered sausage, so pretty much the classics. I didn't see if they had gravy or not, which is unfortunate. I should have double checked, but again, that's my fault on my part. So, but however, the menu itself is pretty good. So I would say a solid 4.5 out of 5. Another thing on the menu they had was catch of the day. So have catch of the day. That's about a tenner, I believe. But I will double check again. But I definitely remember there was catch of the day when I was there. Okay, in terms of offers, deals and discounts, the only thing that they had was basically an OAP like meal as such, but no other discounts. So I'm going to give it, even though they got discounts, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Okay, so in terms of price, it was £7.40. It should be somewhere down here. Where it mentions the price, and I would say it was cheaper than the previous fish and chips I had, and considering the size that I had as well, I would say that's pretty solid. So I'm going to give price a good 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, happy days. Okay, so in terms of the packaging, there should be a picture somewhere around here. So in terms of packaging, it was fresh and tasty on the box, as you saw in the clip, and it kept my fish and chips warm. And they did provide a carrier bag. The only problem is it did add 10 pence onto the order, because they do charge for a bag, but mind you, that's fair enough because of cost of living crisis, and you know, got to bring it back up. But in terms of design of the box, I would say it would be nice to have their own brand on it, Oliver's, but they still had a box anyway, so you know, it's not too bad. So in terms of the box, I had a wooden fork. They could have had their own brand on it, but they still got a cardboard box anyway. They did charge for the bag, which is fair enough. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 in terms of packaging. Okay, in terms of fish, the batter was very, very dark in colour. It was crispy and crunchy, but the only thing I would say is that there was more batter than fish. But the fish was lovely and soft in texture, and it was cooked all the way through. But I just wish there was a bit more fish in my batter, but I guess I had a bad fish in a way. So in terms of that, I am going to give it a strong 3.5 out of 5 for fish. Okay, in terms of chips, they had a nice thick sort of feel to the chips. They had a nice yellow colour as well. Now, they weren't crunchy, they were kind of a soft kind of chips, even though they were thick. In terms of portion size, I would say it was a more regular sized portion of chips. So, in a way, it was very decent in size. And I must say, it doesn't underfill you, it does fill you up. So, I would say job well done there. So in terms of grease, there wasn't much grease on it, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more grease on it. But mind you, I had no napkins, so it's not good while I'm driving. So chips, I'm going to give a very decent 4 out of 5. Okay, now let's talk about the overall of it, and then we will go into the total score. So the food was piping hot when I was eating it in the car. The food was delicious. The portion size was a good portion, a very good portion, I must say. Price was very cheap, and I would say it's something that I'll definitely enjoy on a Friday night. So I would say I'm going to give it a very solid 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. Alright, let's go and tally those scores. Alright, so let's have a look on the leaderboard where Oliver's is. And they have a very good 39.5 out of 50. So, very well done, guys. Very well done. But honestly, I will definitely go back there again. Alright, guys, this has been Sam the Chip Man, bring you another fish and chip shop review. I just want to say thank you to Oliver's at Old Basing for providing a very lovely fish and chip supper, and Becky for editing, and all of you for watching. If you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to reel in and hit that subscribe button and like button, and obviously share with your friends. Well, fish and chips and this video, of course. Alright, I've been Sam the Chip Man. Feast out.